You like it? It's totally real. Ha, just kidding. It is the jewelry we're going to be using for this piercing though. I had a request to a septum piercing video, but it was already on my list, so what you're going to need is hand sanitizer, the jewelry you wish to put in, rubbing alcohol, your needles, Q-tips. Step 1. Make sure you have a clean and sterile working environment. You need to clean off the counter, completely clog any nearby sinks or drains that could be around. Wipe it down with Lysol and put a clean paper towel over it. Next, you're going to want to wash your hands with water. Then, if you're piercing someone else, which I hope that you're not, wear gloves. If you're just piercing yourself, you will be able to get away with just hand sanitizer, because most of the reason professionals wear gloves is to protect themselves from bloodborne pathogens such as HIV and hepatitis. Some of it is to keep the bacteria and such away, but you will watch that they do wash their hands before they put on the gloves. If you're just piercing yourself, you can get away with just hand sanitizer, but make sure you reapply after touching anything dirty. Take your rubbing alcohol. Make sure your needle and jewelry are clean, by the way. I do have 2 videos on how to clean and sterilize your jewelry and needle. Rubbing alcohol. Clean it all up in there. Warning, it really does burn. You can wipe it off a little bit. Try not to breathe through your nose. You have something in your nose called a sweet spot. It is a layer between the cartilage and the tip of your nose that is just thin skin. It is thinner than your earlobe. If everyone has a sweet spot, so don't comment saying, oh, I don't have one. You do have one. You just might not be able to find it. It's thin and it shouldn't hurt to pinch. If you pierce through the sweet spot, it will be very not painful. Like won't hurt very much. It's very thin and it'll just be like quick, done. Take your needle. Be very careful with this piercing because it is very easy to get crooked. Take your time. It shouldn't hurt. Your eyes might water because your nose is so close to your sinuses, but it's normal. Again, I'm not going to be piercing it because my parents would have a shit fit. Anyways, take it, you find your sweet spot, and you push it through. While the needle's through your nose, just put the jewelry up to the needle and follow it through. That shouldn't hurt very much, but be very careful with that, because it is, if you're using a needle that is relatively the same size as the jewelry, or if you had got your hands on the piercing needle and you're using a needle that is the same gauge as the jewelry, you can very easily lose the connection between the jewelry and the needle right in the middle of your nose. So if you can get your hands on some piercing needles, make sure that you get the needle that is the next gauge up from your jewelry. So if your jewelry is 16, get a 14 gauge needle. If your jewelry is 14, get yourself a 12 gauge needle. You shouldn't be going any bigger than that. If you wish to stretch, pierce it at either a 14 or a 12 and stretch up from there. Don't try to go all macho and put in fucking 000 gauge, because they don't make needles that big. Any questions? Put them in the comments. You're going to want to clean this with sea salt solution twice a day. I love you guys. You guys pretty much made me internet famous. I am here for you. You are not here for me. I am here to help you. So if you have any questions, I do not consider anything to be stupid. I don't care how many times it's been asked. Just go ahead and ask it. I will be putting up a commonly asked questions video, so you might want to check that out before you ask a question, because the chance is I could have already answered it, which would just save you, time. And it might give you a little bit of entertainment, because apparently my videos are funny, which, great. Alright, anyways, peace out.